Today is our Latino Chamber Committee meeting. I'm Pauline Chung. I'm the Director of Communications Marketing for the San Mateo Area Chamber of Commerce. I'm the staff liaison to the LCC. Online, we have Lisbeth Fakar. She's the chair of the committee. We also have Maria Beretta supporting the LCC for membership. And wanted to introduce Lawrence Nussbaum. He's the senior consultant, and Paul May. He's a bilingual sustainability specialist. They are both with environmental innovations. So they're going to tell us all about the Go Green Now challenge for the month of March. So this session should last about 30 minutes. And then if you'd like to stay online, we'll have an opportunity to do some networking after their talk. So I'm going to turn it over to Lawrence. Thank you very much for joining.
Great. Hi, everyone. I am Lawrence Nussbaum. I work with Environmental Innovations. I'm here with Paul May. He's also with Environmental Innovations. We are a consulting agency that works with different organizations and government agencies in different jurisdictions around the state. We work with the San Mateo Office of Sustainability to run their green business program sort of on their behalf. So I don't actually work for the county, but I work very closely with the county to run the green business program. We also run the Alameda County Green Business Program, Solano County Green Business Program, Santa Cruz County Green Business Program, and then we partner with the other green business programs around the state. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen and walk through a presentation here. Let's see if I get this right.
Also, we had originally planned on doing one in English and one in Spanish. Is it okay with everyone if we just do one in English, or would somebody want the Spanish speaking one too?
One in English is fine. Thank you, Paul.
Great, thanks, Paul. The good thing is that we prepared one in Spanish, so that's good because we're doing a lot more Spanish language outreach, both in San Mateo County as well as in other areas around the Bay and around the state. So it's good.
That's great. That's great.
Anyway, to be prepared.
It is great.
Yeah, and Paul is doing a lot of direct outreach in San Mateo County. He's working a lot in East Palo Alto specifically, and North Fair Oaks. So can everybody see my screen? It says Sustainable Business Challenge.
Yes.
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
Fantastic. So like I said, I'm with Environmental Innovations, and we work with the San Mateo County Green Business Program. And I'll explain what that is. But for this month of March, we've launched this Sustainable Business Challenge to promote our program and get resources in the hands of businesses. You know, it's been a hard time for businesses, obviously, over the past, the past year. And so, with our program, which is really a business assistance program, and we're thinking, how can we really use resources to help businesses during this time, help them be more sustainable, operate more efficiently, save money in doing that, and then provide some resources to help them do that. So we launched this Sustainable Business Challenge. As part of this challenge, we're offering a $500 rebate to help businesses get green business certified. So just by way of background, the San Mateo County Green Business Program is part of the statewide California Green Business Network. Our company, Environmental Innovations, actually coordinates the statewide network as well. So we're really plugged into the program. There's about 40 other counties and cities that run green business programs around the state. And there's a total of 4,000 businesses certified. I think it's above 4,000 at this point. The program's been around for a good 10 years. So it has a good, long-standing history and a lot of credibility in the various communities where the program operates. I'm going to put a couple of links in the chat for folks to see. One is actually, why don't I do that? Maybe Paul, you can do that. Will you put the links in the chat? the link to the registration page, and then my email to follow up.
Well,
That would be great.
I'll put that
Um,
there.
we have a lot of information and resources on our website, the greenbusinessca.org website. We also have a Facebook page and do quite a bit of social media promotions. So the Sustainable Business Challenge, basically we're helping businesses integrate sustainable practices into their operations while helping them to save money and offering them rebates to help folks make these infrastructure improvements in their business. So we're also providing resources from different agencies, for waste, recycling, water conservation, energy, transportation, and other environmental measures. So in addition to like the rebate we're providing, we're also linking, for example, the County of San Mateo has a rebate for folks to upgrade their toilets to low flow toilets. So if you have a leaking toilet that you've been wanting to replace for years, we can actually get some money from the county to help you do that. So we're sort of connecting businesses with various resources available to help them be more efficient and save money. So it's good for the environment, right? It saves resources. There's cost savings, direct cost savings from savings on utility bills, energy, water, and garbage, and it improves, employee well-being using less toxic products specifically, and people just feel good about it. So why get certified? So for our challenge, there's some basic benefits. Again, it's good for the environment, it's good for the community, and it saves resources. Again, it saves money in terms of energy, water, and garbage, and we have some funding to help people do it. Improving employee wellness, just having people work in an environment where they know that they're supporting the community, there's less toxic products being used in the workplace. And so in addition to the challenge, there's also like a full certification tier, which I'm going to talk about, and there's some additional promotions that go along with that. But basically, free promotion as being an environmental leader in your community, in the county, and having a marketing edge. Businesses tell us, well, we did a survey, 42% of the businesses that have gotten our full certification report that they've had an increase in business as a direct result of their green recognition. So a little bit about how it works. Step one is enrollment. So you basically sign up for the program. We have an online dashboard. Paul's going to put the link in the chat. And then once you do that, we have a follow-up call, a one-on-one with either myself or Paul or somebody else from our team, where we just walk through the questions and we try to get some baseline answers to the green business measures. We then, in order to verify that these measures are being met, we upload photos, or maybe there's receipts of certain products, and we add notes. Pre-pandemic, we were doing this in person. We would actually come to your place of business and we take a look at what you have. We're not doing that right at the moment. That will resume hopefully at some point soon, but everything's basically being done virtually. So we take photos and then you send us the photos and we upload those. We also do like virtual site visits where we'll get on a Zoom or we'll get on a FaceTime call and just kind of look around the facility to verify that the measures are being met. We'll have some follow-up coordination to help achieve the measures that need to be met. If we need to bring in other experts, like an energy auditor or somebody from the water district, we'll bring in the appropriate experts. And then once we finish that, we basically recognize the business. And we with the receipts for any of the expenditures, we will basically cut a $500 check, assuming that we spent that amount of money, and send it back to the business. And then the last step is the recognition as being certified. So just to talk a little bit about the measures. So there's 12 measures that need to be met as part of this challenge to access this $500 rebate. So just to clarify, our full certification is about 50 to 60 measures, depending on the sector you're in. So this is like an entry-level step to the certification. That could be a little overwhelming for folks. It's a long list. And this is basically reducing the barrier to entry. Again, because of this time of businesses in need, we want to just be able to help businesses be more efficient and get them resources. So we're starting with our initial tier, which we call the efficiency level tier. And there's basically 12 measures that we're looking at. And they're summarized right here. So the first measure is basically best practices in waste and recycling. Another measure is to purchase eco-friendly cleaning products. We rely on third-party eco labels. Energy efficient lighting, so having LED lights in place of outdated lights and lighting equipment. Having low flow toilets and fixtures, so like the aerators that you put in the bottom of your faucet, it's actually a pretty cheap fix. And so we make sure that you have low flow aerators installed in the faucets. Supporting employee and customer commuting options, if that is relevant. So things like having a bike rack out front, or supporting employees taking mass transit, those kinds of things, or carpooling. Keeping the dumpsters and garbage bins covered and closed at the facility to prevent pollution. Doing business with another green business. The chamber, of course, is actually a certified green business. So that would probably be an easy one to meet for most folks here on the call. What else? Maintaining your heating and air conditioning. So your HVAC, if that's applicable, we want to make sure that HVAC conditions, HVAC equipment is maintained properly, because that could be a really big kind of energy suck. And then maintaining on-site storm drains, if that's applicable. We want to make sure that it's only rain that goes down the drain. And that's a fairly, it's a pretty simple one to meet. So that's it. Those are the 12 measures as part of our challenge. And our $500 rebate could be used to meet any one of these measures. So frequently asked questions about the program. Well, let me just explain first that these 12 measures, once you meet these 12 measures, the $500 rebate or anything left of that $500 rebate could go towards any one of our full certification measures. So once you meet these 12 measures, there's about another 40 measures that we have that you can use that rebate towards, even if you don't complete the full certification. This is sort of the entry level to get these 12 measures done. That makes sense. So some frequently asked questions, and then I could take questions from you. Let me see, we're doing pretty good on time, I think. So I'm a renter. Can I do the program? I don't own the facility. I don't have control over everything. The answer is yes. We try to work with the landlords to the best of our ability. So say if there's outdated lighting, we could then approach the landlord and say, hey, we have some rebates and we can help do an energy audit and help you save money. But we don't, we won't hold the business responsible for things that are outside of your control. So we'll do our best to reach out to the building owner or the landlord. But if we can't get to them and they refuse, or you don't have a good relationship with the landlord, we can still certify you for the things that are within your control as a business. So yes, even if you're a renter or leaser, you can still be eligible for our program. How much of my time will this take? So we really help you walk through the program. So, we would have a one-on-one call, sort of a virtual site visit with myself or Paul, probably take a half an hour to an hour to walk through the program. And then depending on the additional things that need to be done, there'd be some maybe additional time involved. We're looking at like a 2 to 3 week time frame for getting all this done. So we're really like, we're really speeding up the process.
Let me
get businesses in the program.
Let me
jump in, Paul.
There. And during this virtual site visit, let's say there's these 13 measures you have to get through. We check off that you're doing most of them, but you only have 3 left. So, hey, once you get these 3 measures done, this is what you need just to get your efficiency level certified. So after this initial site visit, we can check off everything that you have already completed, and then, oh, these are the only things that you need to complete.
Yeah, that's a really great clarification. So once we do our initial site visit, we look through these 12 measures. It may already be meeting 8 of them or 9 of them. So there may just only be a couple of, just a couple of things that need to be done. So are nonprofits allowed to do the program? Yes, just wanted to state this because we do have a lot of nonprofits that approach us, and nonprofits are completely eligible. We work with, church or church groups. We did a synagogue recently. Various organizations. What can I buy with the $500? So the $500 can be used for any one of those 12 measures that I just mentioned. So say you need to upgrade your lighting and install LED lights. We can use that money to purchase LED lights. If we need to have a contractor come in to change your fixtures, we can use that money to do that. If you need to put in a low flow toilet because you have a really old, outdated toilet that's really inefficient, we could use the money to do that, to upgrade toilet. If you need to buy green cleaning products, which is a common one because that's one that people don't think about, we'd look at your products and we'd ask you if you wanted to go through the program to replace your cleaning products with green certified cleaning products, and we can use our rebate to help you purchase the green cleaning products. Again, once you meet those 12 measures, there's a whole list of things that you can use the rebate for in the full certification measures. So there's quite a bit of things that that the money can be used for. And again, things like lighting, and toilets, those are things that will save you money over the long run. So it's, we're kind of helping you invest in long-term cost savings, right? My industry is not very green. Does that mean I can't do the program? No, it doesn't mean that you can't do the program, because basically we're going to certify your office as a green office. So we get that question a lot. Some people are like, well, I'm in the oil business and, it's not very green. Well, that's okay. We're just going to certify your home office. We're not certifying your sector or your business. It's these measures and how you're operating your office environment, essentially. So that's all nice. What else do I get out of it? Various promotions and resources. Pre-pandemic times, we would do mixers where we recognize green businesses in the community. We've actually partnered with the chamber to do a mixer. In 2019, we partnered with the chamber to do a mixer, and we presented and recognized certified green businesses. We get recognition from the county board of commissioners or board of supervisors of the green businesses. So there's just a lot of recognition, in the community, and an opportunity to just, be sort of part of this group of leaders that are promoting sustainability in the community. Also access to resources that we provide, not just once you go through the program, but continually. You'll be in our newsletter, and we constantly get a kind of gather what resources are available and get that out to our businesses. And especially during the COVID pandemic times, we were really, really active in making sure that we were getting the resources that were out there, in the hands of in the businesses that we work with. So there's one other thing that I want to mention, and it's actually pretty important. And that is that in addition to this $500 rebate, we have another $500 that the county has made available. We call it prebates. That is that we would pre-purchase materials, the same guidelines, but we'd pre-purchase materials. So say you don't want to shell out $500 for a new toilet. We will actually pay it through our organization in advance and have it delivered, or pay the installer directly. And that's just a way to make the program more accessible, particularly to zip codes that the county has defined as being sort of more vulnerable zip codes. So you can see the zip codes up here. So if you live in one of these zip codes, and there's those 2 San Mateo zip codes on there, you are eligible for an additional $500 of this prebate, which is us pre-purchasing materials on top of the $500 rebate. So that's basically $1,000 for the business to go through these 12 measures. So it's, so it's a good incentive to help the business, green up. And again, some of these things will save money over the long term. So just in terms of the next steps, there's 3 different paths that we take to doing this program. The first path is the tech savvy option. We have everything set up on an online dashboard, and some businesses choose to just fill out their application and go through the dashboard themselves, answer the questions, upload their documentation, and then they would meet with the coordinator, myself, Paul, or somebody from our team to verify that information. There's sort of a middle path. Once you enroll, we have a virtual meeting with the coordinator, and then we work on filling out the application together, kind of helping to answer the questions. And then there's another path on the extreme end, which is there's no computer required at all. We would just have a phone call. We would work through, helping you. We would work through the measures, figuring out how we can answer the questions for how you're meeting these guidelines. And we would fill out the application for you. So there's sort of, a few different ways that you can work with the Green Business Program. And that's what we have. Again, there's the link to register. I'd encourage you to register online if you're interested. There's no commitment. Once you register, it's just getting you in our system. So you can, you can back out, decide it's not for you, but it just kind of gets you in our system so we can follow up and schedule a time.